Welcome to Train Fever. My name is Colonel Failure, and you're watching Wagons. Yes, there have been more magic wagons in this game than just about anything else so far. Where are we at the moment? We're just outside Bingham, a town that doesn't get mentioned very often, but that's because it's pretty much the same as every other town in the game. I was just skirting around a little, and I saw that actually there was this friendly lumber route already running around here to the lumber mill here, turning it into goods, and it was all going automatically. So I thought, well, you know, where it's going automatically, there's money to be made. So I've set my my wagons in motion, and with a bit of luck, they're going to make me some cash. Last time around, what did we do? We did loads, absolutely loads last time around. We expanded from Holsworthy to Bromyard, and then from Bromyard to Bishop's Waltham, and we set trains running on both of them. I know, that's quite a lot to accomplish in one episode, isn't it? Hold on, what are you doing waiting there? Why are you two idiots facing off against each other? Which line are you on? You're going Hull Broms. That's Broms. And that's Hull. Oh, you know what I haven't done? I didn't... No, what's that? That's also Hull Broms. Interesting. You shouldn't be on Hull Bronze, though. Let's set you on the right line. That's better, but that's what I didn't do last time. There we go. Right. And then let's... No, we already have turned it. It's turned itself around. Okay, that shouldn't have happened. Well, it's just as well we swung by then, huh? I think I've played maybe 5-10 minutes since you were last here, so the impact of that was slight at the most. But let's ignore that lapse in professionalism there for a moment and just assume that it was entirely intentional. How did I manage that? What an idiot. Anyway, once he clears off, probably with no passengers, because we haven't run anything down this line yet. This is a first run, so I'd be very surprised if there was anything waiting at the other end. Nope, not a sausage. That'll change too. All these things will change. So as you can see from our balance at the moment, 1.27 million in the bank, and you know what that means? Yep, it means we've got enough cash to expand again. So with a bit of luck, our friend who was on the wrong line will clear his signal any moment, which should, there we go, should leave the genuine Hull Broms free to run. Excellent. Right, okay, next. What should we do next? Tricky. Look at this, 48 passengers waiting for the Hull Broms. Possibly because he's been gone for a little longer than needed. Okay, Bishop's Waltham, Helmsley. That's the next stop on our route. Oh, and there's some coal happening here, but I'm not seeing any iron to go with it. We'll keep tabs on that. Okay, right, so from Helmsley, our plan is to go out to Middleton, which is right in the corner and therefore a complete pain in the neck to get to, especially since we're planning on coming back via Alnwick. Now that will leave us with a choice of either going through the mountain or going round the mountain or stuff the mountain and not do it at all. Well, that's not an option, is it? I think we go through the mountain. I think we pay the however million it is to get through the mountain, because that'll be a straight line. Won't that be exciting? Anyway, Middleton, that's for another time. We won't have the cash to do that this... Well, actually, we've got almost 2 million in now. Maybe I should pay my loan down a little. Then again, why bother? Okay, onwards. Right, here we go. Let's... look at that. That's painless to start with. Nice, a nice gentle curve on the flat. Oh, this is all right. Okay, I take back everything I just said. Maybe Middleton is on the cards this time round, and I think we want to go this side of the road. Now that's, you know, that might seem counterintuitive, given that means I've got to make a level crossing, and you know how good I am at those. Let's get across here if we can. Yeah, rather like that. Now that does lead to an immediate corner the other side, but, you know, that can be accomplished. Alright, let's road up in that way that we always do. Let's go with medium. I'm not feeling quite so generous this time. Last time we were building, you know, major roads like you know, like it was Christmas or something, but not so much this time around. Right, okay, good. Full length and just about there. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Why aren't you so sure? Just place the thing. Okay. Well, look, you know, that does leave us with a bit of a wiggle to get into the station. Yes, but it worked. So, bang, in, done. Job's a good one. Okay, right. Well, that was effortless. Let's signal up before we do anything else, because it's always more painful to add signals after the fact. Let's put one set here and then stick another set the other side, although it might not like them straight away. It liked them straight away. Okay, this really is painless. This is the least effort I've had to put into a track expansion in the history of the game, I think. No, let's not put it there. Let's put it up at the next one, and that way we can build. We can buy the trains for both these two new routes. How exciting! Now, obviously, you know, when we're done, these will not be two routes at all. These will be one route, which will be one circuit, and then, you know, the plan is, I haven't mentioned the plan recently, but I figure most of you have been around for a while and probably know it already. The plan is that from Maryport, which is the town that gets more mentioned than anything else, and I ought to come up with a much more funky name for it, but I'm not going to. So out of Maryport, we're going to run multiple loops, so that, all being well, Maryport is just ludicrously busy. So this is going to be Helmsley. Well, okay, I've heard worse names. Right, let's buy that train. And 3 of you, because that's more than enough. Set line, Helmsley, please. There you go. Off you go. Get to work. Thank you very much. Now we go and look at... Oh my goodness, what is this internal road structure designed by Salvador Dali, by the looks of it? Let's join those up, and then at least we can possibly do some kind of mad loop thing. Right, where the hell are we? Helmsley. Right, let's bring up the route. Helmsley, please. There we go. Thank you. Okay, where's our... Alright, our natural break is going to be from Manor Road and then head up here and do a spin round there and stop outside the station and come back down and hit the crescent up. Okay, good. Right, that's easy enough. So, what are we doing? Travelling on the... That's not what we want at all, is it? There we go. Alright, we'll put one here and another one on the corner? Just round the corner. Just round the corner. Okay, and then one just there and another one. Everyone drives on the right. And another one there. Okay, right, so after Manor Road, add station, whatever that is, and whatever this is, and you, and everybody's happy. Yes? Yes. Okay, next step. Where did I say we were? Helmsley. Helmsley. It's even written on the screen, look. You know, this is not rocket science. Helmsley Grand Central. Okay, excellent. Right, what have we got? We've got 2 coaches running around there at the moment. Let's add one more. By line. Helmsley, please. Set line. So, I mean, the difference in this playthrough to the last one, in terms of the amount of traffic that you know, the lines being set up and you already set the train running. Let's not get carried away. You know, just the amount of routes being set up and then subsequently operated it's dramatic. All right, then, Big Hill. And if that wasn't challenge enough, we've got We got a road to cross and a river. Ay caramba. But this is a grower. It has got a goods route operating. Has it got a goods route operating with enough chaps? That's the question. From the looks of it, I'd say no. Did I build a depot? I'd also say no. It's tempting to fling another couple of lads up there, but I'm not going to do that now. Alright, so Alnwick is actually at a higher declination, a higher inclination, a higher levitation. Use whichever of those words you feel is most appropriate to describe the fact that it's slightly higher above sea level than our friends here in Middleton. So I'm going to be better off coming through the mountain the other way, I think. Let's draw a speculative and see how much cash we're talking about here. Yeah, sure, yeah. Bridge over everything there. 1.98 million. And that's a no due care and attention route. Double tracking that line is going to be fun and games, obviously. Alright. Okay, right, well that's option 1. Option 2, we go in through this section here. And again, we're up at around the 2 million mark. Let's have a look at what that's doing the other side. And actually, the bridge helps us out there. And in fact, it's offering to let us build that right now. And you know what? I've seen worse designs. Although getting the track to double not only the tunnel but also this bridge, blaming no chance. This is going to need to be some kind of cunning multi-stage kind of deal. Okay, I think it's got to be possible, right? It's got to be. Okay, so where are we going to stick the station? And I think I think the obvious place is actually round this side or at the back. I think it's got to be at the back, hasn't it? That leaves us a swoop round this side. The other option, of course, is that, you know, it comes in and then comes back out again because this is kind of a corner. But frankly, you know, this is a grand construction that we're working on here. So let's not pull any half measures on this this bad boy. And let's what are you colliding with? Well, who's raining on your parade? That's a bit of road, you're a bit of road, it's a bit of road. No? You don't want to connect? Alright, connect to that. Fine. It accomplishes the same thing. Fussy thing. I don't really want a corner that dramatic if it's all the same to you. It doesn't seem to matter what I do, it wants to put some kind of loopy corner on there. Okay, fine. Right, I'm going to book this station in now, even if we don't end up building it straight away. Oh, haha, yeah, you see, we've not worked this through, have you? Actually, route-wise, that might not be too bad. So we're coming from over here. That could work. So we'll look at it from the alternate angle. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, we'll stick it in there. And simply because it's the difficult bit, I'm going to start doing this now. And because we need to raise up to get a little bit higher up the hill... Oh, you don't want me to do it, you peasant. Alright, never mind that then. Right, let's build a bypass now, because I'm not having this ugly bit of road spoiling my day. So if we take it off here, I think that will count as the bypass section there. What are you talking about, not enough space? Look, there's all the space in the flaming world. There you go. Yeah, that's good. Right. And then let's take it up. So what we're trying to do here is we're going to build a high enough incline so that our train can go underneath this tunnel style. Can't align the terrain. Well, possibly because it's trying to go too high. Yeah, there we go. Let's go just a little bit further at that height. No, it's not going to let me. Okay, this is going to be close. And then link back up to... No, I see. If I link to there, I think that's going to ask for trouble. So I'm going to link to here. Alright, and then all being well, you'll let me bulldoze this. No, no, no. Oi, you. No, look. You. Where are you going? You've gone back to investigate. Where has the road gone? Go on, clear off. I've created you an alternate route, and it's beautiful. What it lacks in beauty, it makes up for in lumpiness. Come on, today. In your own time. There is not a vehicle in the way. Oh, how to make your carts teleport. Okay, right, now, if I'm in the slightest bit lucky... In fact, I might delete this bit of track to give us some more options. Right, here we go. Brace yourselves. Right, we don't want to go up. We want to go either flat. Let's try flat to start with and see what we get. Nope. There it is. Tunnel. Maybe that's maybe a little extreme for what I was hoping there. 110. Actually, it doesn't matter. 90, 80 should be okay. Why? When, you know, if we're considering upping the speed of things later, why is 80 okay? Because it's just accelerating out of the station, isn't it? Let's go as far as that and then whip it forward. Okay, well, you know, this might even be overkill. There we go. Alright. That's fun. Now, here comes the challenging aspect. Take that to there. Yep. And then you are going to just double track through there and double tunnel while you're at it. Look at that! This game loves me. Okay, excellent. Now, I mean, that's maybe a little more dramatic than was actually required. In fact, it was a lot more dramatic than was actually required. But if you think I'm pointing that road back in, just to make that look more natural, in fact, I might do that. But not now. Okay, good. Right, so that means we can get out the other end. That's positive. We've got 2.5 million in the bank. Let's roll. You know, normally I'd aim for episodes to be 20 minutes long, but let's get another track laid. This is not an excuse for you to spend all the money in the world on this, dear boy. Yeah, I know. Ease down. Here we go. Right, charging. Oh, I love it when there's no change in altitude. Now we do need to get the other side of the river. So the question is, which bit of road is going to be easier to cross? Let's pull it back to here. Let's possibly put a little wiggle in the line. Actually, not a dramatic wiggle. All right. So from here, we want to increase our altitude to about there. This might require some bulldozer action. I don't need you aiming for the sky there, my friend. That'll do. Yeah. And then, you know what? We'll just keep this going a little bit. No, 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 you don't know. Keep going up. That's it. Just to get across the road as well. And then you can come back down. Because we don't need you going in the sky. We also don't need you swerving off too wildly. There we go. Yes, this is more expensive than other methods of doing the same thing, but you know what? It worked first time. And that doesn't happen often enough for my taste, so we'll take it. Right, where's the station? There's the station. We're on a splendidly awesome course that should take us straight there. Straight line, straight line. Yes, it is slightly below ground level, so that's fine. Putting the cut in there. Here we go. Go on. Thank you, autosave. Excellent. I like it. That will do. Well, that's pretty magnificent. I mean, how ludicrous did that bridge end up being? Oh, yeah, pretty ludicrous. Love it. All right, well, let's see if we can't... You're going to regret it. Whether I regret it or not is my problem. Okay, let's see if we can get this to do that without turning into something Evel Knievel would be proud of. That still put an extra hump in there after having got across the road. Let's align those two and then get the altitude right. One more. There we go. It's not the straightest bridge in the world, but equally... See, I think we've gone overboard there. And you know what? I am going to do this properly because I don't want to rebuild this because I quite like it. There we go. And hopefully that's not stuck a hump in there. It has done a little. Oh, you see, I should have gone stone to start with. Stone is far more glam. That said, we are in the Wild West, and every movie I've ever seen has got trains going over these wooden trestle, incredibly dangerous looking things. So yeah, that'll do it. All right, smashing. Last thing to do is to set up the line. This is what we call progress. Let's bang a signal in here. There we go. Alright, you line time, everybody. There we go. We're going from Helmsley out to Middleton. Helmid. There we go. Yes. Good, thank you. And then I think I did the sensible thing and put the depot... No, the depot's in the wrong place. Or is it? No, it's not. Okay, so as soon as this train clears, we can get it running. This is magnificent stuff. Right, good. 1, 2, 3. Set line, Helmid. And stop. Oh yeah, because I'm not a mug. See, it would have gone there quite happily because of the signalling going. No, it shouldn't have done. No, it probably would have stopped. It probably would have stopped to allow this train to clear. I was fretting unnecessarily. Right. Anyway, now that that's cleared the signal, we can tell that to just wait for a free path, and then it will get on its merry way. And given that this is Helmbish and it's just left 37 of 48, oh, that's going to be raking in the cash already. This is good stuff. Now, did we... Alright, last thing to do. Bring up the Middleton interior. Middleton. Thank you. Right, let's have a look where this is going. Alright, from North Road, we want to go to the station, so maybe Stanley Road up would bypass Main Street. Main Street, you are out of luck. Alright, so, no, we can't, no, that would bypass Stanley Road as well. And I like those two stations. Stations? Stops. Areas of town. I like them, for they are populated. So I think what we'll do instead is we'll, what the heck are you colliding with? What if I go the other way? Yeah, collide with that. One into the station approach, and then connect you two fellas up. There you go. It's baffled the heck out of that coach. It didn't know where the hell yeah, see, it's now going, you're clearly going to do something over here, so I'm going to get used to this road. Maybe they just like driving virgin roads, who knows. Let's put one there, because there'll be houses there eventually, and we'll put one more here. So after North Road, add station, Church Lane, add station, North Streets. Now you see, this can't be both Church Lane and North Street. There are no junctions in here, it is one street. Now while sometimes streets do evolve into each other, in Britain particularly, we do it just to confuse tourists. In this case, that's just implausible. That's just you messing. Group you with here. This is Middleton Grand Central. Grand Central. Okay, cool. So that will wrap it up for this time. Once again, massive amounts of progress. And this is, if I were to issue a pro tip, my pro tip would be build fast and build profitable, because that will fuel your ability to build further, so you don't end up hanging around to wait to make a bit of cash. You can just get on with it. You know, I've been building constantly over the last couple of years. And look, you know, we spent $1.5 million on construction costs and still made $1.5 million profit. You know, the year before, fair chunk of change went out the bank with 1.4 million in train purchases, still made 600 grand profit. This is the way to go. You can basically, if you leave the game running, you're making enough to continually expand, as long as you don't go absolutely doolally on buying expensive stuff. But you know, laying your lines properly and all that kind of stuff, it's all good practice anyway. But get your profits going early, and that's largely down to operating on the road. I mean, let's have a look at our total income. So from road, we're making 2.6 million a year. Rail is obviously now exceeding that dramatically, but 2.6 million on its own is a good amount of cash for, where are we? I mean, we're 34 years into the game. That's a good whack of cash going on right there. Anyway, next time around, where do I think we'll get to? I mean, given the last 2 episodes, we've managed to connect 2 stations in each. Right, we're going to hack a hole through here to Alnwick, and then we need to hit Wallingford. After which we can make a beeline for Maryport, and I think it will be time to upgrade the station there. So that'll be fun to watch. We might not get as far as Maryport next time around, but we're going to have a jolly good try. Leave a like and have a subscribe, by all means. It's the kind of thing that I get up in the morning for. And I will catch you next time around. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. This has been Train Fever. Have yourself a nice day. Cheerio.